I have a former coworker and me. We both really love keeping aquarium fish. Every time she came over to visit, everyone would compliment how beautiful the fish tank looked. But after a few months, she opened up to me and said, "I do not understand why lately everything I do ends up unfinished." Then friends started asking to borrow money. Some of them could not pay me back. And just like that, I lost a pretty large amount. When she told me that, I immediately thought about her fish tank. So I asked where she had placed it. She told me it was positioned right in the center of her house. I did not dare to say for sure whether the fish tank was the direct cause of the problem she mentioned. However, based on the Feng Shui knowledge I have learned, placing a fish tank in the center of a home often leads to financial loss, money slowly draining away, and even a decline in the health of the family members. So, to make sure you do not accidentally block your own wealth and good fortune, in today's video, I am going to share the locations you should avoid when placing a fish tank or any water containers inside your home. That way, you can preserve your luck and allow the flow of prosperity to enter your house more smoothly. Now, let us get started. The water element in the 5 elements and the flow of energy. In classical 8 mansions Feng Shui, water is considered the most complex and powerful form of energy, closely tied to money and prosperity, and it plays a key role in guiding and gathering life force within a home. There is an old saying, "Mountains govern people, water governs wealth," meaning that while mountains influence human growth, water determines financial success. What makes water unique is its highly active nature. It strongly activates the energy wherever it is placed. That is why, when setting up a fish tank, homeowners must carefully calculate direction and placement to avoid conflicting sectors. If water appears in a forbidden position, it can create invisible obstacles, drain wealth, and destabilize the household's overall fortune. To truly understand how a modern aquarium works from a 5 elements perspective, we need to see it as a complete ecosystem. The frame and equipment represent metal, which supports and generates water. Aquatic plants belong to wood, nourished by water and helping balance the energy field. The lighting and vibrant fish colors express fire, stimulating active energy. The gravel and sand base symbolize earth, providing structure and stability. Together, these 5 elements create a continuous cycle of energy, turning the aquarium into a powerful energy activator inside the home. Even though all 5 elements are present, water clearly dominates. With filters and air pumps constantly circulating, it carries strong, active, or yang movement. According to yin and yang principles, areas that require stillness to gather energy can become chaotic when exposed to excessive active force. If placed incorrectly, this strong movement may affect both mental clarity and health. Water in conflicting sectors can disrupt positive energy and gradually weaken financial luck. Over time, this may lead to poor financial decisions, as disturbed energy fields negatively influence judgment and intuition. From this understanding, it is clear that a fish tank must be positioned carefully to prevent energetic clashes and loss of prosperity. To protect your wealth and maintain household stability, here are the directions you should avoid when placing a fish tank or large water features. Direction to avoid. Number 1. South. In the Bagua system, the south corresponds to the Li trigram and represents the fire element. This sector governs reputation, social standing, and mental clarity. Placing a highly active water feature here creates a direct clash between water and fire. According to the controlling cycle of the 5 elements, water extinguishes fire. When water occupies the Li sector, it can weaken the home's vitality, leading to damaged reputation and declining prosperity. It may also cool down career momentum, causing obstacles in building credibility, pressure from superiors, or isolation from colleagues. Traditional Feng Shui principles emphasize that the south needs brightness and dryness to nourish fire energy. Introducing strong active water here creates a state where water and fire cannot support each other. As a result, the occupants may feel mentally unsettled and make unwise business or investment decisions. Although advanced flying star Feng Shui may allow water in the south under very specific timing and elemental conditions, this requires precise compass measurements and detailed calculations. In general practice, the south remains a direction that demands extreme caution when placing an aquarium or large water feature. This elemental clash directly affects intuition, which is crucial for recognizing financial opportunities. Water energy in the south can create invisible barriers that seem to freeze cash flow. Financial plans that once ran smoothly may suddenly face conflicts, gossip, or unexpected breakdowns. For homes with the main entrance or living room located in the south, placing a fish tank there can disturb the inherent energy of that sector, quietly leading to financial loss that is difficult to detect early. Direction to avoid. Number 2, the white tiger position. According to the four symbols theory, when standing at the center of the house facing the main door, the right side is known as the white tiger. This position represents the metal element and carries qualities of stillness, restraint, and authority. It governs the well-being of the female head of household and overall domestic order. This sector is especially sensitive to strong water activity. Placing an aquarium with constantly running filters and air pumps in the white tiger position disrupts an area that requires calm. In Feng Shui, this is called white tiger gaining water, meaning the white tiger is excessively activated. When that happens, its protective energy can reverse and produce harmful effects. The immediate consequence may be sudden financial losses through unexpected expenses. More seriously, chaotic energy in the white tiger sector can trigger conflicts, legal disputes, or prolonged troubles. Family members may experience tension and internal disagreements because the protective sector has been disturbed by water energy. In contrast, the left side, when facing the main door, is known as the green dragon, which belongs to the wood element and is far more suitable for a water-based feature like a fish tank. The green dragon governs benefactors and career growth. Placing water there creates a supportive cycle where water nourishes wood, promoting advancement and prosperity. Positioning a fish tank on the right side instead disrupts the balance between dragon and tiger, weakening the home's ability to protect and accumulate wealth. Therefore, when choosing where to place a fish tank or large water feature, homeowners should carefully avoid the white tiger position to prevent long-term damage to protective energy and financial stability. Besides directional placement based on the orientation of the house, there are also specific locations you should avoid when placing a fish tank or any water feature indoors. When water appears next to areas or objects that clash with it, it can create unfavorable energy patterns that directly affect wealth and the overall stability of the household. The first position, behind the sofa. In the living room, the sofa functions like a miniature central palace. It gathers human energy and symbolizes the status and position of the homeowner. According to the principle of back to the mountain, facing the water, the back of the seating should rest against something solid like a mountain, while the front faces an open, flowing space like water. Placing a fish tank behind the sofa completely contradicts this principle, creating a situation where your back is supported by moving water. The nature of water is constant movement, instability, and continuous flow. When you use a highly active object as support behind you, you weaken the protective energy field that stabilizes your position. This kind of backing can lead to unstable finances, supportive people drifting away, and hidden rivals gaining opportunities to undermine you from behind. The continuous movement of water energy in this sensitive area can also leave the family feeling unsettled. Even well-prepared business plans may frequently encounter sudden variables or unexpected risks. From an energy regulation standpoint, a strong backing requires absolute stillness in order to accumulate and stabilize energy. The presence of a fish tank behind the sofa quietly generates disruptive energy, disturbing the focus and intuition of the person sitting there. Instead of receiving steady support from a solid wall, the homeowner must endure the constant motion of water and mechanical equipment behind them. To resolve this energetic obstacle while maintaining aesthetic appeal, you can move the fish tank to a diagonal position relative to the sofa. This arrangement allows the tank to continue attracting wealth from the front or side while preserving a solid and stable backing. As a result, family stability is strengthened and career paths become smoother. The second position, the bedroom. The bedroom is considered a place where energy is stored and life force is nourished. It serves the purpose of restoring vitality and accumulating energy to support both body and mind. According to the principle that bright spaces are for activity while dark spaces are for rest, the living room should be lively and illuminated, while the bedroom should emphasize simplicity and quiet. Bringing a fish tank into this space disrupts the essential energetic structure needed for relaxation. When you place a fish tank with filters and air pumps running continuously in an environment that requires stillness, it creates energetic turbulence that directly conflicts with the homeowner's well-being. The constant movement of water energy combined with artificial lighting from the aquarium produces a type of disruptive force that unsettles the personal energy field. This disturbance can leave the person sleeping in the room feeling restless, prone to vivid dreams, and gradually drained of vitality. In addition, depending on its direction and position within the home's energy grid, a bedroom often carries earth or wood energy. Introducing strong water into this area can create elemental conflict that weakens health. A disturbed energy field clouds mental clarity, and without clear thinking, financial management and career decisions are more likely to suffer. A person's wealth originates from sound judgment and mental alertness. Once the resting space is agitated by excessive water activity, the financial foundation may begin to shake as well, increasing the risk of declining wealth due to weakened decision-making ability. To correct this, you can move the fish tank to a workspace or another more active area of the home. If it cannot be relocated immediately, reduce the water's activity at night by turning off the aquarium lights, limiting strong aeration, and covering the glass to prevent light and movement from spreading throughout the room. At the same time, strengthen earth energy by placing ceramic items, porcelain, or natural stones near the head of the bed to moderate water energy, stabilize the resting energy field, and preserve vitality over the long term. The third position, on top of a safe. A safe in the home is often compared to a wealth vault, a place that concentrates the highest density of metal energy. Because of this, it requires stillness, privacy, and dryness to preserve the accumulated strength of money. Placing a fish tank too close to it or directly on top of it creates a situation where metal sinks beneath water, disturbing the magnetic field that supports the homeowner's financial resources. According to the 5 elements, metal generates water as a natural cycle. However, in wealth Feng Shui, this can become a form of energy leakage. The metal energy of the safe must continuously nourish the active water energy of the fish tank, gradually draining financial strength to sustain the constant movement of water. The inevitable result is a pattern where money comes in but does not stay. Funds seem to enter through the front door and exit through the back. The homeowner may notice money slipping away through invisible expenses, and investment plans that once appeared solid may suddenly dissolve like bubbles in water. In more serious cases, this imbalance can even trigger wasteful spending tied to inappropriate relationships or unnecessary entertainment beyond one's control. If you have already placed a fish tank near a safe, the best solution is to separate them to prevent direct interaction between metal and water. If relocation is not immediately possible, keep the safe in a high, dry, stable location and avoid aligning the tank so that water flow, light, or air streams point directly toward it. The goal is to preserve the concentrated metal energy, helping financial energy remain stable and preventing irregular cash flow. The fourth position, the kitchen. Within the internal structure of a home, the kitchen is considered the fire vault, maintaining warmth and sustaining the family's well-being. When a fish tank is placed directly facing the stove, it creates a direct clash between water and fire. The stove governs health and harmony among family members, so when strong, active water confronts it, the fire energy may be weakened. This imbalance can lead to digestive or heart-related health concerns for the primary cook, while also increasing irritability and the likelihood of intense conflicts among family members. The impact does not stop in the kitchen. In modern homes, electronic devices such as televisions, computers, and microwave ovens also carry fire energy because they generate heat and emit power. When a fish tank is placed too close to or directly beneath these devices, it creates another clash between water and fire, seriously disturbing the room's overall energy field. Furthermore, the moisture associated with water energy can infiltrate the fire energy of electronic devices. This not only reduces their lifespan, but also generates stagnant energy that clouds the homeowner's clarity, particularly in decisions related to money and finances. To preserve prosperous energy, it is essential to clearly separate water areas from fire areas and prevent these two forces from directly confronting each other. If you cannot immediately move the fish tank away from the kitchen or electronic devices, you can introduce wood energy between them, such as placing plants or wooden furniture as an intermediary. In the five-element cycle, water nourishes wood and wood nourishes fire. Wood therefore acts as a buffer, allowing energy to transform harmoniously rather than clash. Maintaining harmony among the primary elements is one of the most important ways to protect long-term wealth and family peace. Arranging a fish tank within your living space symbolizes the continuous flow of energy and renewal. When you understand the principles of the five elements, you can place water in the proper position to maintain harmony in your home. Every house has its own structure and circumstances, so true balance always begins with the sense of comfort and security felt by the people who live there. In the end, Feng Shui is about harmony between people and their living environment. When you feel steady and grounded in your own home, money and opportunities tend to flow more smoothly in alignment with your family's natural rhythm. If you have any questions about Feng Shui or related topics, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and we will continue exploring them together in upcoming videos. Goodbye, and I will see you next time.